Hello, guys, and welcome to episode 7 of The Security Talk Show by 360 PSA. Our guest for this episode is Mr. Rohit Sharma, who is the director of Shree Balaji Security Services. In this role, Mr. Rohit is responsible for crafting the strategic vision of the firm and taking key decisions that drive the firm's success in this highly competitive field. He is also a certified protection officer accredited by the prestigious International Foundation of Protection Officers. So, if you are a private security professional, then this video is packed with valuable nuggets and will tell you exactly what goes on inside the mind of a young and dynamic private security agency director. Let's hear from him right away. रोहित, अभी आप बताइए कि प्राइवेट सिक्योरिटी इंडस्ट्री इन इंडिया में
Yeah.
व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज दैट वन बिग पॉजिटिव फॉर यू which
Hmm.
is working really well, and
Mhm.
what is that one big gap जहां पर और काम
Yeah.
करने की जरूरत
So for me, the biggest positive is I think it is one of the largest employment generator. There are lakhs of security personnel who are employed, and over the years, I have seen the quality has also improved. And with the coming of legislations such as PASARA and the from the unorganized to more organized way, it is going on that way. I won't say it is fully organized, but there has been progress in that uh, manner. The legislation such as PASARA and all.
है?
Yeah.
Right.
And the biggest negative, I would say again, the industry is still lot organized. There are a lot of players. You would know that they are not completely following the legislation also,
Correct.
and that way it becomes difficult for the fully compliant player to stay. Because I will just tell you one instance. The first the When I joined the industry, the first thing I did was I I applied for a tender, government tender,
Okay.
and we bidded, and I saw the bid opening also. So what happened was when I saw the bid opening, there were players who were like bidding for 0 rupees service charge, 0.001%. So
Wow.
this is how there are some players in the industry who are quoting such low, and you can understand the way they play is they won't do compliance part.
Correct.
So it gets difficult because this is the reason why it's a low margin industry, because there are players who are willing to not no don't do compliance and stay. And I think that's the biggest loophole or the negative part, I would say.
Understood, Rohit. So थोड़ा सा ये नेगेटिव वाले पार्ट में let's just deep dive into this. So
Yeah.
of course it is obvious for anybody कि compliance ना करने के क्या फायदे हैं ये सबको पता है, because
Yes.
people don't want to do compliance because it is an additional cost to them, as simple as
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the other side of it, what is the benefit of being fully compliant? मैं एक बहुत realistic सवाल आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ, so that
Huh.
people who are in the industry they can learn from it.
So the biggest advantage is, so if you want to be a part, or if you want to be a business partner with a big corporates, they actually look for agencies which are fully compliant. So
Okay.
if you want to be part with them, then you have to be a fully compliant agency. You can't be a non-compliant agency and want to be associated with the big MNCs and all, because that way you cannot work with them. Secondly, in the long run, if you want your business to run for a long time,
Right.
then it's very important, because it's like आप चोरी करते हो, जब तक नहीं पकड़े जाते हो तब तक everything is fine. आप पकड़े जाओगे, then there will be a big trouble. Not
Correct.
only
Correct.
for you, all the stakeholders like your guards or your staff. It's a big issue that will come.
No, absolutely, I agree, Rohit. And I think what you have said in the context of MNCs, that if you want to work
Yes.
with great quality clients, you first have to be
Yes.
fully compliant. I think that is
That's the
also
basic. That's the basic. That's
right.
the minimum part. Yeah.
Right. And that is also applicable for government projects.
Yes, that's applicable. But there are like some, I won't say they are corporates, but there are agencies that have budget constraints, or you might say they just want some person to be standing over there. You can't.
Hmm.
It's like, because the industry has evolved. Now we are not hiring a chokidar. We are
Correct.
hiring a trained personnel. For a trained personnel, there is some cost, and if you are willing for that cost, then you can get, because there are some players who are, even the corporate side, they are also not complying completely. There
Okay.
are on the other side also, they are also not complying completely as per
So
the government legislations.
so basically what I am understanding is that there is a kind of a client who's
Mhm.
not really bothered about security as a function. They just want
Correct,
somebody is just standing at my premises wearing a uniform.
correct, correct, correct,
And that is the type of client who is going to hire a non-compliant agency because they just want to
correct,
save cost.
correct, correct.
Right. So Rohit, cost की जैसे हम बात कर रहे हैं, security, especially physical security, is
Hmm.
usually considered as a cost line item by many of the businesses hiring private security agencies.
Yes.
But I believe that it is more investment than it is a cost because you are safeguarding your present as well as your future,
True,
right? So
true.
just wanted to
Yeah.
get your thoughts on that. What do you think will it take so that this mindset shift can come where the end client starts perceiving security not as a cost but as an investment?
I think it has to flow from the leadership. Again, if is this industry has to progress, the mindset change is the first thing that needs to be that needs to come. Because from the cost center mindset, it needs to be seen as a profit center.
Right,
Because the security guards, they are actually the first line defense of your company, and directly they might not be getting you sales and all, but they are indirectly saving you lots of money by stopping pilferages and all. And
correct.
also it's a goodwill also that is generated when you have a good quality guards. Because like if you are a retail company, because there will be great number of customers that will be coming to your retail outlets. If you have a good guard placed over there, it will create a different kind of impression. Because if you have a guard who's placed and who's misbehaving with your clients, indirectly that is also going to affect your business also.
Very well said, Rohit. So a guard is essentially not only a first responder but
Uh,
is also the first representative of a company
Correct.
for anybody coming from the outside.
Yes.
So, Rohit, that tells me that then a guard must not only be trained in security procedures, but must also be trained in certain soft skills.
Correct. As per the Pasara guidelines, also, communication skills and soft skill training is also a part of that, and our agency also emphasizes on that. Because apart from the technical trainings like fire safety, first aid, and all, we also emphasize on soft skills, how they need to behave with the customers. So this kind of training also needs to be imparted to them, and that's very important.
Correct, correct. So, in
Yeah.
context of trainings, Rohit, who do you think is an ideal security guard? उसके क्या क्या training parameters होने चाहिए? क्या क्या skills उनको पता होने चाहिए? I understand कि एक तो बहुत सारे skills आपके on the job भी होते हैं develop and then they will
Mm-hmm.
be specific to the industry that guard is deployed in. But from a
Correct.
general security point of view, what is it
Yeah.
that they should have? You know,
The first thing is their grooming standards, and second is good soft skills. Again, you will be interacting with the customers, you will be interacting with your superiors, you will be interacting with your juniors also, because that can even escalate a situation, and that can even help resolve the problem also. The what you say when you encounter a hostile person, how do you respond to that? That's the most important part.
right.
And apart from that, there is like fire safety, first aid, and these are the skills that needs to be there. That's what make a good ideal security guard.
Amazing, amazing. So it is essentially again a combination of hard security based skills, safety based skills, along with
Yes.
soft skills that are required depending on the industry and the place that guard has been deployed in.
Yes, yes.
So Rohit, since you have been in this industry for so many years now, and your agency, of course, has been
Hmm.
in the industry for many more years now. So
Yeah.
over the years, how has the client expectation changed?
Hmm.
And are private security agencies also changing according to those client expectations?
I think the client expectations have, I think, grown manifold because earlier it was man-led business only. You just need to provide a manpower. Now it is not just manpower. The client requires much more than that. He requires not only a manpower, he requires a quality manpower who's trained. Plus, he also demands for a surprise checks, for example, and regular trainings, full compliance. Earlier, compliance might have been ignored. Now it is not possible also.
Right,
That so these all thing that this all demands have come from the client, coming from how it is going to evolve in the coming years also. Now for the agencies also, just being a manpower provider is not going to be enough. In your operations, you have to ensure how you can uh, complement with that with the technology from the operations. So I will just tell you one basic issue in our industry. Like as we said, it's a bit of unorganized.
right.
Uh, See, if you just ask for a salary slips, for example, a guard might not be even getting a salary slips also. He might
Hmm.
not be getting an appointment letter also. These are very, very basic things. And this can be earlier, maybe there was a limitation, but now a lot of softwares have come. At least these basic things can be tackled by the technology part. You
Right.
don't have to invest anything, and very easily these basic things can be taken care of. Apart from that, PSAs now have to see, apart from manpower, how they can infuse technology in their operation. Like it has to be a full 360 security solution. No more, if you believe that you can survive in the next 5-10 years just as a manpower agency, it's, I don't believe it's going to happen.
Right.
In your in operations, you have to incorporate technology in your uh, service suite. You have to include technology. Everything has to be technology has to become a part of your DNA now.
Very well said. Technology has
Yeah,
to become a part of your DNA.
yeah,
I mean, तो इसको थोड़ा सा I'll nitpick on this statement, Rohit, क्योंकि
yeah,
see, I keep speaking to multiple security agency owners, private security professionals.
yeah.
कहीं ना कहीं everybody has that fear that technology, more than being an enabler, is going to become a substitute.
Hmm.
And given that private
Yeah.
security agencies, as of today, they operate on a headcount
Hmm.
based business model. The more your headcount, the more your revenue.
Correct.
But tomorrow, with
Yes,
technology coming in,
yes.
the headcount will reduce, so the revenue will reduce. So, do you think कि technology
Yeah,
actual में enemy है या friend है? And if tomorrow it has to be infused, so then there also needs to be business model innovation.
yeah. I don't think technology is an enemy, it's a friend. And I will tell you several reasons for that. Firstly, at the same cost, you can provide better services to the clients. You
Right.
can have a better overview of your operations, field operations, what is happening at ground. You can have a much more motivated workforce through the use of technology. Like I said, through basic things also, these things can have a good impact on your security workforce. Thirdly, without I would say technology, without technology, it's just not possible to do business anymore. I would just again say that
Hmm.
it's because now we are in that age. We are in that age of IoT. We are in the age of we talk about blockchain technology. We talk about Internet of Things, but in our industry, we are not talking about that. Well, because we cannot be a laggard anymore.
Yeah. True.
If you are a laggard, then you are going to perish. Maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. you have to perish. And it is the role of the leadership, how they can explain it to their juniors, how technology is going to help them, because
Right,
it is going to reduce their work, it is not going to eliminate them. Because
right,
you can have a CCTV camera to for the surveillance part, but you need to have a person who's watching what is there in the control room, what is happening. So security guards are not going to be eliminated. It's
right,
just that the security is going to be augmented with the technology, so that the incidents which are happening right now, they are reduced to a greater level.
right. So what you are saying essentially is that manpower as a function will not get eliminated. In
Correct.
fact, it will get even better because now it will be supplemented by technology.
Absolutely true. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense, Rohit. Makes sense. So, talking about technology, Rohit, is there any particular technology in the field of security that really excites you and you think that this technology is going to become really big in the next, let's say, 5 years?
For me, I'm actually currently looking at the drones, and I think in the next 5-10 years, the adoption of drones is going to increase manifold.
Hmm.
uh, I have attended many conferences also. We talk about drones and it's happening. And I think so. Drone as a service is something which we can look at, as a PSS can look at how they can provide that. How, firstly, the learning has to be done by us. But I think drones is something which is going to pick up really in next 5 years.
Understood. Understood. So,
Yeah.
drones is something that you are really excited about
Yes.
as a space, as a space. Wonderful. So, Rohit, let's say there is a budding or aspiring private security agency owner who wants to
Mm-hmm.
start a private security
Mm-hmm.
agency in India now.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would be your two, three top suggestions for them? Where should they start from? What are the steps that they should follow, and what should they keep in mind?
I think the first thing is being aware of the legislation part. What are the relevant legislations? What they need to be aware of. Then, secondly, because firstly, without legislation, being unaware of this, you won't be able to operate, because compliance, like I said, is not negotiable for the bigger clients at least.
Right,
Secondly, it is, I would say, a person needs to have a well all round view and being aware of what is happening around. Like I keep reading about the other PSAs, what they are doing, and keep looking at their videos and all, so that even I get the ideas what they are going, what is going in the market actually, so that even I can implement that in my PSA. So these two things needs to be taken. Then how they can incorporate technology. If you are starting a new agency, then from the scratch, having technology in your system can definitely give you an advantage, because once people are accustomed to a particular way of doing things,
mm,
then changing that, unlearning that is again a challenge.
right,
If you are a new company, then you can from straight on you can have technology in your system.
right.
Yes, so these things I think needs to be taken care by a new PSA or a budding PSA owner.
Right. Wonderfully put, Rohit. Wonderfully put. And in terms of attracting the right kind of talent, Rohit, what do you think does the industry need to do, or what do you think the new players need to do so that they can first attract and retain the right kind of talent?
I think this is the biggest one of the biggest challenge in our industry, attracting the right talent. Because I still don't see security as a profession which is seen by a maybe a new person who wants to be in a security business. You will see many of the PSAs are led by retired army personnel. You would
Right.
rarely see a PSA that has been run by a civilian, because there is that mindset, because there is that at the lower level at least, that lack of respect is still there. Because what happens is, they are at the lowest level and they are at the face, and and sometimes it's like very easy to put all the blame on them also. And I think that mindset has to change from all the stakeholders, be it a PSA, how they treat their security guards, be it the client, how they treat their guards again, and be it the end customer who's coming in contact with them. And because only when that changes, that then we'll be able to attract the best talent.
Right, right.
Yes.
And in this, do you think the guard themselves should also focus on upskilling themselves? Do they really have the bandwidth to do that?
See, I now I have seen there are very some startup that are coming for upskilling them. Like 2 3 years back, there were not avenues also. How do they upskill them?
Right,
How do they upskill them? It was they were also dependent on their own private security agencies. Now I
correct.
have seen some startups who are like having uh, focusing on upskilling them, and they have to do that if they want to grow. Even they have to focus on upskilling themselves.
Right. So essentially, everybody in the value chain, starting from
Yes,
the start to the PSA to the end client and the
yes,
end
yes,
consumer of security services, they need a totally different mindset now so that the
correct.
security can revitalize
Because
it.
even if one of the link is broken, there will be a problem somewhere.
Correct.
The chain has to be strong.
Absolutely agreed, Rohit.
Yes,
Absolutely. So, Rohit, we have spoken about, what the future holds for the private security industry and the role of technology in that. We have also spoken about the ideal guard, the ideal
hmm,
private security agency, and also tips for somebody who's looking to start an agency right now.
yes.
But tell us more about your experience in the industry. Tell us more about Shree Balaji Security Services, how that
Hmm.
came into being, and what role are you playing currently, and what is your vision for the future?
So Sri Balaji's security services were established in 1996 by my father, and we started with our operations with the Jamnagar refinery,
Okay,
and that's how we have grown over the years. And I have joined like 3 years back, and I my it was more of a destiny, I would say, joining my business. And I was more into trying to get into civil services. Eventually I could not succeed over there, and maybe my destiny brought me here.
right,
And last 3 years I've been working as the director operations of my PSA. uh, Vision wise, I want to make it my company as a pan India company, plus a full security company, not just a manpower provider.
right.
I want to see my company as a household name. I want that everybody, if someone says Sri Balaji Security Services, they know who they are talking about. This can
Mhm.
happen when definitely we need to work a lot. And yeah, incorporating technology like in next this year we have certain plans in our company to automate our operations. Uh, in the next 5 years I want to incorporate technology side of the business also, because we are also more of a man company, not a man tech company currently. So even next 5 years I want to be known as a man tech company. Yeah, that's my vision for my company.
Understood, Rohit. Wonderful. And Rohit, what keeps you going at it? Because as the director, right, you must face
Yes,
certain challenges in the industry. There are bound to be ups and downs, right?
yes,
So, what
yes.
is it that keeps you going and keep following that vision of yours?
There are definitely ups and downs, and especially during the festival times, I must say, because that's when the greater challenges are there. Security is a 24/7 business, and when other people are celebrating, we are like, we have to protect them.
Right.
And that's the time there is maximum crunch also, and that's the time there is greater requirement also. So that's the down part also, because we have to ensure that everybody is celebrating well. And what keeps me going is, I would say, it's just my vision. I just want to have a big company, a household name. And I just, until and unless I achieve my vision, it's just that it keeps me going. I need to do something, I need to improve.
Awesome, Rohit. Awesome. Very
Yeah,
well
yeah,
said. And I think that's the perfect note for us to conclude our conversation. We wish you
yeah,
good luck with your vision. And thanks again for
yeah.
taking out the time and speaking with us.
Great. It was great talking to you, Manan.
Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you found value in this, then do like it, share it with your network, and don't forget to subscribe to the Hardened Civilian YouTube channel. We will see you in the next video.